Hi, welcome back. In this session, we are going to deal with formulas and procedure required to solve the problems. So, let us recap the things first. Let us consider a figure. Suppose, let us assume this will be the centroid. If any axis or any line passing through that centroid, we are going to call that one as centroidal axis. If any axis passing through the centroid, we call that one as centroidal axis. So, let it be x-x axis, this will be y-y axis. The moment of inertia with respect to x-x axis, it is ixx. The moment of inertia with respect to the centroidal x-x axis, we call that one as ix bar. The moment of inertia with respect to the centroidal y axis, we call that one as iy bar, where ix bar and iy bar are the moment of inertia with respect to the centroidal x and y axis. Understood? Okay. Now, to solve the problem, we should know the table, nothing but the moment of inertia of some standard geometrical figures. Ix bar is the moment of inertia with respect to centroidal x axis, where iy bar is the moment of inertia with respect to centroidal y axis. If we consider the rectangle of length b and depth d, ix bar iy bar is given by bd cube by 12, db cube by 12. Like that for triangle, bh cube by 36, hb cube by 36. For a circle, pi r to the power of 4 divided by 4, phi r to the power of 4 divided by 4. Then for semicircle, it is given by, in semicircle, suppose consider this as the semicircle. Now, here this one is the base. So, if the given axis is parallel to the base, you will get the value in terms of decimal, that is 0.11 r to the power of 4. Suppose if the given axis perpendicular to the base, then you will get in terms of fraction, that is pi r to the power of 4 divided by 8. Always remember, not only in semicircle, in all the circle, it may be a circle, half circle or 1/4 of a circle. If the axis is parallel to the base, you will get in terms of decimal. If the axis is perpendicular to the base, then you will get in terms of fraction. So, for a semicircle, here x axis is parallel to the base, so it is 0.11 r to the power of 4. Y axis is perpendicular to the base, so pi r to the power of 4 divided by 8. Then if you come to the quadrant of a circle, here x is parallel to the base, y is parallel to the base. Any horizontal or vertical straight line, we call that one as the base. So, here we come across 0.055 r to the power of 4, 0.055 r to the power of 4. Then with respect to the base, ix bar and iy bar are with respect to centroidal x axis and y axis. Now, with respect to the base, what do you mean by base? The exact horizontal straight line and exact vertical straight line, we are going to call that one as base. For example, in this rectangle, these all the things are the base, but in case of a semicircle, only this line is the base. If we consider a triangle, only this line will become the base. Suppose we took a triangle, just for an example, we took a triangle, this is the base, and if this base directly coincide with the given base, in the problem they will specify to which base you need to calculate. Suppose if the given base AB, upon the given base AB, the base of the triangle is there, then only this formula is valid. Suppose If the triangle is somewhere and the given base is somewhere, then we can't apply this formula directly. Then you need to make use of these Ix bar and Iy bar formulas. So, now for rectangle, I with respect to the base is given by BDQ by 3, for triangle BHQ by 12, and for circle, since there is no base, is there any base now? Any exact horizontal or vertical line here? No. So, you won't get I with respect to base in case of the circle. Then, for a semicircle, it is pi r to the power of 4 divided by 8. For a quadrant of a circle, it is pi r to the power of 4 divided by 16. Then, which are all the things they can ask in the examination in the question? The possible things. In this unit, they can ask only two things, that is I, moment of inertia, and k, radius of gyration. In I, they can ask Ixx, Iyy, Izz, I minimum, I maximum. In k, respective of that one, kxx, kyy, kzz, k minimum, k maximum. Ixx is given by Ix bar plus a into y square. Iyy is given by Iy bar plus a into x square, whereas Izz, that we are going to call that one as polar moment of inertia, Izz is given by Ixx plus Iyy. Out of Ixx and Iyy, one will be minimum, one will be maximum. So, whichever it is minimum, that will be I minimum, whichever it is maximum, that will be I maximum. That is all. Then if we come to the k, for all these we have a single formula, that is k is equal to square root of I by a. For example, I need kxx means kxx is equal to square root of Ixx divided by a. If I need k minimum is equal to square root of I minimum by a. Understood? Okay. Then we come across types of problems. In this module, we come across mainly three types of problem that depends upon the reference axis. Okay. Here they can ask, calculate the moment of inertia with respect to CG, centroid, then with respect to the base, then with respect to the given reference axis. There are three types of problem, with respect to centroid, with respect to base, and with respect to the given reference axis. Now, what is the procedure for that? How we are going to solve the problems? If they ask with respect to the centroid, first you need to calculate the centroid, then you need to find moment of inertia. Suppose if they ask with respect to the base or the given reference axis, you directly calculate the moment of inertia. This is regarding the formula, procedure, types of problems, and which are all the things they can ask in the examination. That's all for this problem. Thank you.